Let's hear about your
Mhm.
background, where exactly you're from, and
Mhm.
how. Obviously, we know how you got started into music. It was thanks to your dad, but give us a little bit more details.
Well, I was born and raised in New York City, in Spanish Harlem, New York. Just like my father was before me, my whole family still lives and resides in New York City. There's a little section of Manhattan called El Barrio. It's a very big, a small contingency of Puerto Ricanos. They live in like a 10 block by 12 block radius in Spanish Harlem. They call it El Barrio, and a lot of great musicians came from that little small section of New York City, where we have Tito Rodriguez, Tito Puente, Machito, Joe Cuba, Mark Anthony, TKA, all these great Latin artists came from this little section of Manhattan. And I was born there. Then we moved throughout the 70s and 80s to different apartments throughout New York City as my father's fame became more popular. We were like the Puerto Rican Jeffersons. We moved on up. And then we ended up moving upstate New York, and we bought a home and a house, and New York has always been my home. You could tell by my accent, and the music that you hear that my father was playing was New York homegrown mambo music. It has that element of swing jazz music from the Count Basie, Duke Ellington era to the music of Afro-Cuban music and the Puerto Rican, Dominican, Colombian sound of mambo music, we call today salsa. And being born and raised, I'm an 80s baby, man. I'm an 80s kid. I think we're called Gen X. Is that we are? We're Gen X.
I
I
think
think we're the
so.
same age. I'm 53, so but I liked the 80s was my favorite decade.
Me too. Me too. I'm
Yeah.
47. I think I was born a little late because my
Uh-huh.
favorite music is the late 70s and definitely 80s is the best time for music. With
Yeah.
freestyle. Freestyle is my favorite kind of music. But the
Hmm.
freestyle, la salsa de ese tiempo was the best.
Hmm.
Merengue, the best from de esa época. So I'm an 80s baby also. Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the greater decades because I believe that at that time my father was playing with his Latin jazz ensemble. Dance music was very popular. Freestyle and house music was very popular in the nightclubs. So the younger kids at that time, the urban youth, los Latinos in the inner cities were listening to music that had the timbales, the conga, the bongo, all that cool sound and that clave rhythm within the freestyle and dance music. And that's what really got people on dance floors. And that really was the whole vibe of the whole decade. And I appreciate the fact that I got to live at that